Hey guys, it's Corey from Corey Survival. Today I'm going to be showing how to make my ferro rods. This is going to be an example of one of the ferro rods I'll be sending away in a giveaway. I'm not going to be sending away this one just because it is used, and isn't this one yours, Kira? Yeah, this one's
Is that
yours.
the one I made? I believe so. Yes, got the weird top.
Yeah, the weird top. Yeah, this one's Kira's. But this is an example. This is a very simple and easy way to make a ferro rod handle, and just a cool little look. This is just some 550 paracord and then a striker. And I will be leaving links down below where exactly I got the ferro rods and the strikers so you guys can make your own at home. But I will be giving away one, and the handle is straight from the pine trees here in my area. So I'll be sending one of those to you as well. So I hope you guys enjoy this little how-to on making a ferro rod handle. Real quick to mention before I jump right into this making of the ferro rod, the giveaway drawing will be in about a few weeks here. I'm thinking maybe, I don't know, 2-3 weeks, just to give everyone time to post and comment on the video. So far I've got quite a bit of people who want to jump in on this giveaway, so I think it's going to be really fun. Alright guys, so what you're going to need is a drill, and you want a drill bit that's about the diameter of the ferro rod that you're going to be drilling into the handle with. This one I think is a little smaller than this, or it might be the same, but I'm going to have to like move it around in there to kind of hollow the hole out and whatnot, so that is that. I get ferro rods in bulk. So as you can see, I have a bunch of blank ferro rods. I'll be leaving the link in the description where you can find these, and it's actually fairly cheap to find blank ferro rods. What you're going to need is some fat wood. Here's a nice piece of fat wood got here. Very, very beautiful piece of pine. You see there, it looks very ambery, my bad. It looks like amber. So what you guys want to pretty much do is just cut yourself a little piece off the end there. That's where the most concentrated part of fat wood's going to be. And what you're going to do is take a knife and just scrape. Man down. So what you're going to do is scrape the bark off the outside, and then take like a saw. Oh my gosh, they're all running away. Let's just take the drill off, I think that's the problem.
The floor in our house is uneven.
Yeah, a little bit. So, but then you're gonna take a saw, cut it, and cut it to size, and then sand it down. You can use any type of sandpaper. Usually, I like to go from a really, really coarse grit sandpaper to a really fine grit. So you could also use. It works. It works okay. But it's like almost like a sponge. It's like a sandpaper sponge. There's a coarse side and then there's a fine side. I use this on maybe 2 or 3 ferro rod handles, and it works pretty good. But I do like using this sandpaper or this sandpaper. Definitely has a different variety of grit inside, so I can actually get super smooth. So I don't know if you guys need me to show you how to whittle a stick, but it's super easy. Just take your knife, hold the stick in your hand. Don't come towards you, because that's a very easy way to cut yourself. Always go away and act like you're taking very thin strips of butter off the stick. And as you can see there, I'm just taking the bark off. actually shows, you can see how embery and how orange it looks in there. Very, very, very pretty looking.
Smells nice.
And if you smell it, yeah.
Here,
It
guys.
smells like pine.
Smell it.
Yeah, try and smell that. But even if I take a little bit of these shavings here, I think there's a lighter somewhere. Right. I'm just gonna hold the very end of it. It is very flammable. Very flammable. So, it smells great. You can even burn it as incense. But that there's how you whittle a stick and get the bark off of it and make it look very fresh and very, very nice and new look. Alright, as you can see, I've got a piece already cut out. It's about 2 inches long. It's about enough to fit in my hand here. It's a little rough on the edges here. I just need to sand it down. It's a little rough on the outside. But when you get close to being done whittling, you'll notice there's a lot of knife marks in places where you really concentrated your knife on the wood. What you're going to want to do is just take your knife on those edges, just very finely, like even finer than what you were doing before, scrape and smoothing it down. And then when you do that, it rounds it off nicely. And then once you get done doing that, I got all my sandpaper at Dollar Tree. The cats are scratching at the door. But all of my sandpaper and stuff I got at Dollar Tree. It's very cheap, but it gets the job done. What I usually like to do, I'm just going to go ahead and use this. It's still got a lot of sandpaper in it, left in it. What I like to do is I like to hold this at an angle, and I like to go and just round the edges off. As you can see there, it's starting to round it off there. It rounds it off very quick when you use the coarse side. Woo! Just gonna go ahead and take these down here. I just really like to round the edges off. Gives it a really nice look. But once I get this, as you can see there, this is what it was. It was flat like this, or not flat, but very pointed like this. Now it's nice and rounded. So I'm going to keep sanding this down and round the edges off. I'll be right back. I decided to switch up to the sandpaper. It's doing a bit of a better job for me. Way better of a job for me. I think I need to get a new sand sponge. That one's actually kind of wore out a little bit. But the sandpaper's working great. Just keep flipping it back and forth. Rounding it off, but here's how this is coming along here. Just this edge. It's looking very, very nice. I'll put my hand behind it. I don't know if that helps any. But looks very, very nice right now. Nice and rounded. But I still have to get this side, and I still have to sand the outside and smooth that all down, so I still have quite a bit left to do. Whew. So I'm kind of starting on the side here. I got this other side all done. It's coming out nicely. Just how round it's looking. It's very nice. Kind of holding it in my hand, and it's got a very nice grip. See that there?
The lighting in here is weird, but it looks good.
Is that better? So pretty rounded off now. It feels really nice in the hand. Probably gonna put the ferro rod up top here. Usually I like to get a kind of a generalization of what it's gonna look like. So here's the handle. The ferro rod's gonna go up like here. So it's gonna go in about like this. That's about what it's gonna look like. So I'm gonna go ahead and start sanding down the sides now. I think I'm pretty good on the edges. They're pretty rounded off. I used my knife and kind of took off some of the rough marks and some of the big chunks that were missing out of the side. So now it looks really nice and smooth. Alright, so I got everything smoothed out here. It's very nice. Feels nice too. The only last thing I'm going to do with it is just hit it with some finer grit sandpaper just to make it extra smooth, get anything else that I missed, anything like that. So I'm just going to do that real quick. I'll be right back. Alright, I just hit it with the finer grit sandpaper. Now it's really smooth. It feels nice. All what I'm going to do is just take the drill. I'm just going to go straight in, right in the center, and try and bore a hole out and try and get one of these to sit in there. And then I'm just going to take some epoxy, mix it up, stick it in there, and then we're just going to let this set and dry. And then, yeah, we'll be practically done. So let's get to drilling. Okay guys, so for this drilling, I'm going to go ahead and leave the volume down. The drill is very loud, and I'm pretty sure you guys don't want to hear the drill on camera. So whenever I need to talk, I'll just turn the drill off and I'll turn the sound back on so you guys can hear me. Okay guys, so I just drilled down a little bit. This almost fits, as you just saw. I just tried. It almost fits in there, but that's gonna look really nice. Just how that looks already. But I'm just gonna go ahead and widen out the hole a little bit with the drill, and then go ahead and push this in there to see if it stays, and then mix up some epoxy, and then, as I said, and glue it in. So drill a little bit more. Okay guys, so this fits in there nicely. You can see there, I mean, it's still loose, but I'm just gonna have to glue it in now. That looks actually very nice. Holding it there, very nice. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and take this out. Forgot to mention, I still need to make a lanyard hole. So all I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna put a hole right here and punch this out on the side here. So there'll be a lanyard just right on the corner. So I'm going to drill a little bit more. Be right back. My drill was slowing down. It's pretty slow there. Gotta charge the battery real quick. It shouldn't take too long since the battery doesn't really have that much of a power life anyway. So I will be right back. Alright guys, so I've got some just any day epoxy. I got myself this little container. This is just leftovers of some batteries. It just has like a little dish. So got some gloves here, so I don't get it on my hands, because it does suck when it gets on your hands. Very sticky, doesn't smell great, it kind of irritates your skin a little bit. And then I've got a little bit of a face mask, that's so I don't inhale it so much, because my face is going to be kind of in it, technically. So I'm going to go ahead and put these gloves on.
But it's fine if I die.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just kidding.
But I'm just going to go ahead and epoxy this while we wait for the battery of the drill to charge. I got me some gloves. And all we're going to do is take some of this epoxy, squeeze it in there. I guess that's quite a lot. We don't really need that much. But just so you guys can see, just want to mix it up. Mix it up nicely.
It is all over the table.
Oh no. It's okay, I'll just use my finger to wipe it up. Just add that to the mess. Alrighty, now all I'm going to do here is just take a little bit of this epoxy, add it right into the hole here, smear it around a little bit. Add a little bit more. Add that in there. Not a good amount. A little bit. Don't want the ferro rod to come out, so we're just going to epoxy the heck out of this. Alright, I think that is enough epoxy there. Now all we're going to do is take the ferro rod. Now some epoxy is going to ooze out, obviously, because there's quite a bit in there. That's alright, I'm just going to take and smoothen it out. I'm just going to push that in there nice and tightly. Woo. The tighter the better. Try and straighten it up in there as much as you can. Alright, now all I'm going to do is this leftover epoxy on the outside, I'm just going to start spreading it. I kind of use the epoxy like a, I'm trying to think, a stain, I guess you could say. It's like a nice, very nice stain to put on the wood, because it keeps the wood from going bad, if you think about it. Protects it, and it makes it look very, very nice and shiny when it's done. Just a little bit of black paint from the ferro rod. Get that off my fingers a little bit, but just take some of that and just spread it on there. If you want, you could even dab your finger in the epoxy itself. Just start spreading it on there. It's all nice and shiny. Get whatever's on the outside here off. You might have to reposition your ferro rod a little bit. Just spread that all over. excess epoxy. Alright, now we're just gonna let this sit. Actually, I'm gonna add a little bit more on the bottom here. Alright, yeah, now that's looking good. Straighten this out just a little bit more. Want that set right up in there. That. Just gonna take a little bit more of this here and just dab it right in the corner. So I know it's not going to go anywhere. And a little bit more added protection there. Alright. Straighten that up. Boom. Okay, that looks pretty good. Very good. Nice and shiny. I'm just going to go ahead and set this down right here. Well, actually, it'd be better if I set it like this. So the pressure of gravity can push it up against itself there. Yeah, that looks good. Alrighty, we'll get right back to you once it dries, and then we'll start drilling the lanyard hole. I'll cut off a piece of paracord, and then I will grab a striker for it, and then it should be complete. So we've got this charged up now. As you can see, it's all nice and dried. It's on there good now. It's got a nice shiny coat on there. But all I'm going to do now is just poke a hole through here real quick. Alright, for the one of the last steps here, just got the striker. As I said, I'll leave a link down in the description where to find these strikers too. And I got some paracord. Just gonna go and go right through. Just get this set up here. Maybe it'd help if I melt one of the edges, honestly. Go ahead and just melt an edge. Tap it down, squish it together a little bit. Careful, it is a little bit hot. There we go. Alright, well, once that's fed through, go ahead, how would this sit on there? Go ahead and feed it in like this. There we go. And all I'm going to do is just do a simple overhand knot. A couple overhand knots. Just like that. Pull it up tight. Get it all nice and snugged up there. And all I'm going to do is just melt the edges down, and this will secure the knot and put it right in place. You can use the lighter to smash it down a little bit, nice and secured. Like that. I think that side's pretty good. You just gotta get the other side now. Get it all nice and hot. And press that together right there. Get it up a little bit more. Alrighty. There we go, guys. And this should fit around my neck. And I've got a pretty average sized neck, so should fit around yours. If you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit that like button down below. Go ahead and leave a comment for me if you have any questions on how to make this. Do be careful. You are using a knife, but you are using also toxic glue. So I do recommend using some safety precautions when working on this. But it is very quick, very easy, and it does keep me occupied during the winter. And I may actually probably send this one out with somebody during the giveaway. I may also make another one, it all depends, but I have actually quite a few of these made up. So I do stuff like this once a week, whether it be hiking, fishing, camping, making cool little outdoorsy projects like this. Yeah, anything like that, anything outdoors. So if you're into that type of thing, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. I'd love to have you guys a part of my community. As always, keep living, keep fishing, and I will see you guys in the next video.